sure she gets it first.
To get out of that.
Oh, wow.
Oh, okay. Wow. A 9-0 win. And there it goes. Shane Van Boning, our world A-ball champion.
A very good evening to you and welcome back to the Yalin WPA Men's World 8-Ball Championships from the Claudelands Event Centre here in Hamilton, New Zealand. Our next match is a loser's side match between Poland's Wojtek SZEWCZYK against New Zealand's Sheridan, I beg your pardon, BURMESTER. It's a race to 8, winner breaks, and joining me in the booth once again for this one, all the way from France, is Benjamin Balhassan. Hello, Ben.
Hi, Mark. How you doing? Hope you have a little rest and ready for this big match.
Yep, ready. Unfortunately, Wojtek wasn't. He scratched on the break here. Now, of course, ball behind the line after a scratch on the break. So what do you see here, Ben?
Yeah, the first thing I see is that the losers will go home, Mark. So this is a pressure match, especially from Wojtek, which obviously is one of the I mean, big names here. He's been world champion in 10-ball. I mean, he's one of the greatest players in the world. So he lost to teammate Mateusz Neguki on the first round, and he want to make sure he keeps his life in this tournament. So this is a big pressure match for him. But still, Sheridan is going straight from the stripes. He took ball in hand behind the line, and obviously there is no problem here. He will clear up and leave the 11 ball for the 8 ball, because the last stripe is connected to this, so nothing fancy here. 9, 10, and 11 to reach the 8.
Yeah, I don't know too much about Sheridan, apart from he is a New Zealander. I haven't really seen him play on the circuit. Do you know anything about him, or is he a bit of an enigma to you as well? Maybe just lost Ben for a second there, just working on a couple of technical things, guys. As Sheridan works his way through this rack, looking to see exactly where he needs to be. Kind of just wants to stun, follow just slightly, just hold it, can he? For the 8 ball to the bottom left.
Yeah, I don't
maybe
know,
just stroking it in.
Yeah, the thing is, I would have expected him to leave himself an easier shot on the last stripe, but I think he got away with it.
Yeah, so the first rack after that scratch from Wojtek SZEWCZYK. And it was Śniegoki who beat Wojtek in the first match in a heel-heel thriller. We just saw Śniegoki win very, very comfortably 8-1 on this table over the Chinese 8-ball player Zhang Kui. And Zhang Kui was the guy that beat Sheridan BURMESTER. So it is 8-ball, winner breaks, race to 8, 16 seeded players out of the 64, double elimination all the way down to the last 16, then it's single elimination. And big prize money on offer for this, $250,000 up for grabs. $75,000 going to the winner. Wojtek was a world 10-ball champion back in 2022, I think it was. So Sheridan breaking off from the centre. So nothing doing for the New Zealander. Also known as Kiwis. I've been doing a little bit of research about New Zealand. Beautiful country. There's 3 types of Kiwi in New Zealand. There's the dry Kiwi. He's known as a person who was actually born in New Zealand. The Kiwi also is the bird, of course, and that is used as their national symbol. And the kiwi fruit. So be careful what you ask for. Been finding out a few little facts on the wonderful country. I'll be entertaining you with those, hopefully, over the next few days. We're here from the 2nd to the 8th of September. 3 different tournaments going on. We're starting with the men's 8-ball today. The women's 9-ball starts tomorrow. And then on the 5th, the Junior World Championships start as well. I believe we're crowning 5 world champions here this week. Is Wojtek going to be one of them? Already a world champion. Could he add an 8-ball title to that 10-ball? It's going to draw through the 3-ball here. Yeah, played that really nicely. And now I think he can just roll off the side rail. Little bit of right hand spin on the cue ball just to get him nicely onto the last stripe, into the side. A little stun on the 14, straight in on the 8, and within a blink of an eye, it's going to be 1-1. Now we do know that Wojtek has a very, very good break, very strong break. And he'll need to get it going. I believe it's his birthday today, actually. It's either today, or I think it's today, actually, in Europe. It was yesterday in New Zealand. So happy birthday, Wojtek. I believe he's 30 today. Don't worry, I'm not going to sing to you. All you viewers will be very pleased to hear that as well, I'm sure. So we have some big, big sponsors on board for this Predator group. The Yalin, Yalin.com, makers of some wonderful billiard tables. You can visit them on Yalin.com. Massey, Kamui, Venn Billiards Corporation, Medaya Light. I had a few of them when I was out in Puerto Rico. And Rums of Puerto Rico as well. And not forgetting Samsung TV Plus and Little Monster. Now then, can this little monster come up with a monster break? Breaking from the centre as well. So probably just giving it a try. Avoided the scratch in the side. Once again, though, no friends at the table. Couple of little problems, whichever suit you choose, solid or stripes. There's the 5 and the 9 tied up. Some applause from the other table. Now we have got plenty of other matches going on. There's still a couple of matches still going on from the previous round. Alex Kazakis is involved in one of them, and he's 7-6 down to Kurt Dunham. Darren Appleton went through against Radislav Babica earlier on, 8-3. Mario He came from well behind against Pham Phong Nam to win 8-7 on the hill. Keep you up to date with the scores in this round as we go along. Oh, he's played a lovely shot there, but scratched in the corner. Forgot about the cue ball. So Wojtek to set about these solids. May choose to open up the 5-ball here. Play the little cannon. Nudge the 9 away. Oh, he's played that nicely. That's okay. That's there for a little bit later. Doesn't have to take it now. Has the 4-2 combo available down the right-hand side rail also.
Hi, Mark. I'm sorry for the technical issues a little bit, but it looks like I'm back.
Welcome back. This is Benjamin Belhassan. So we have Wojtek SZEWCZYK. We're nicely poised, 1-1. Wojtek on the solids. A scratch from his opponent, BURMESTER, when he was in the balls. Take it from here, Benjamin.
Yeah, everything looks like open for Wojtek. And the thing is, I'm wondering how he's going to use the 7 ball to reach the 8, because the 8 doesn't passes the 14 on the bottom right. So we'll check this out. I guess he'll do like the orange 5, and then he'll play the other ball along the long rail, and then use the 7 to go back and forth and pocket the 8 in the same pocket as the 7, I guess.
I think that's a pretty good guess.
Yeah, he's a little flat on that 4 ball. He needs to get off that long rail to be more comfortable.
Or has he gone too far here?
Yeah, I think so.
He's gone for the short stick, I think, Benjamin. He's going to be jumping over the edge of this 11 ball. There you see it.
Yeah. Well, actually, the tables are fast. So, yeah, the players that plays the best are the ones who can adjust to the table as quickly as they can. That's one of the issues when you're entering a tournament. Brand new cloth, brand new balls, plays fast.
Got very close, and of course, if that had gone in the top corner, it wouldn't have counted. It wouldn't have been a foul, but it would have been loss of turn. Or player option coming in, actually, because he could also put Wojtek back in if he wanted to in that scenario. But of course, that's not going to happen this time because he didn't make it in the wrong pocket. But you might have seen Wojtek tap that pocket that he was playing it into. So just to let any people that may be new to 8-ball, you do have to nominate your pocket in this particular World Championship. Cue ball. Wow.
From here, it's hard to say if the 9 ball passes the 7, but still a little bit of a roll here for Wojtek. Yeah, it was tight. It was close. So now it's a tricky situation where the last solid is blocked by the stripe, and if he can, he will send the 7 and try to make the 9 with the cue ball, like slow roll it, leave a tough shot to his opponent. Yeah, like this. Yeah, that's great. So now his opponent has to elevate above the 7 and try to shoot one of the 2 stripes. So this is kind of a strategy shot, which is pretty good. Now, see what he's going to do.
Surely has to play safe here. Yeah. I'm surprised he didn't come off the blue and off the side rail and try and come across behind the 3 balls rather than risk going into them, because he's left a thin cut on this and he can go up and down here, no problem. I mean, this is a gimme for a player of this standard.
Yeah, again, the thing is you have to stay down and slow roll it, like no body movement. Let the pressure calm down and make this shot. Actually, it was a thin cut, but as you said, for players of that level, it was a gimme.
Yeah. Nicely done. So, first time into the lead for the pole. Still a game going on in the last round. Alex Kazakis is 7-6 behind to Kurt Dunham. That one is still going on. Some matches going on in this round. Torsten Homan is up against Huan Fu from Hong Kong. Justin Sajic from Australia, the Aussie, has leapt across the water. He's up against Hayato Hijikata from Japan. No score at the moment between Ruben Bautista and Othan Olzarini. Now, Dennis Grabet back in action after losing his first match. He's 3-2 behind to Kieran Dempsey. Now, Sullivan Clark in action as well. He's been playing all the tour events. Nice young lad, 2-0 up. And Carlo Biardo from the Philippines has just started out against Koniko Suzuki. Back to this one then. Let's have a look at the break and see what he gets going from the centre. Well, it's another scratch this time for SZEWCZYK. Ben, what do you make of this?
Yeah, I was about to say that he has one of the powerful breaks I've ever seen in Europe, playing 8-ball, and yeah, he scratched twice on his first two breaks. Obviously, maybe he's a little bit frustrated to have lost to his teammate on the hill on the first round, so he may have to regroup a little bit, as he knows how to do it because he's a world champion. So I think it's gonna come, and I think he's gonna take this match to try to get back into his game, because as I said, obviously he's one of the big names here, so he wants to go deep in that tournament. So he has the opportunity here with the opponent missing the first ball to clear the table. So big opportunity for him here.
As we said, a world champion at 10-ball, and you don't win a world 10-ball championship if you don't have a good strong break, especially when you're using the hand rack, right, Ben?
Yeah, absolutely. So here he has the ball just in front of the side pocket that gives him the only tricky ball of the rack, which was the 10-ball. So that's good news for him. And you can see that the orange stripe is giving him the purple stripe on the short rail. So he's probably gonna use those two balls last. Because the 9 is just in, yeah, just like that. So it's gonna be 9, and then the orange stripe, the 13, and then the 12. And you can see from here that the 12 line, if you draw a line from the 12 to the 8, it's pretty much a straight line. So he's going to use it one rail to go back to the 8. That looks natural. And you want to make things natural when you play 8-ball, because it's a lot of cue ball control. No, not big shots like in 9-ball or 10-ball, like rotation games, but... So see, there he cut the line, he cut that line, he chose to play 2 rails instead of playing 1 rail back straight to the center of the table. So this is requiring a lot of speed control, and he didn't have that speed control right. But maybe he can cut it on the side. From here, it's tough to say.
Well, he's got the jump cue out. He's going airborne here. He's trying to make this. He's already called the side pocket. He's so close to this 4 balls. Get up and over very, very quickly. Get the replay button ready. Oh, he's overcut it. Now, has he done any damage? He's been very fortunate. He's left maybe a possible bank on the 2. Apart from that, he's left nothing.
That was a good jump. I mean, that was a good try. He overcut it a little bit, but now this is one of the situations where it's tough when you just miss the 8 ball and you only have the 8 ball left on the table with all your opponent's ball. It's really tough. Yeah, he tried to tie things up like the 2 and the 3, but he didn't. But still, the 7 ball is tied up with the 8. So you might have to find a solution, maybe using the 6 on the side to just bump the 8 on the long rail. This is what I would do.
Just explain that rule to anyone that might not know. He's just done a deliberate foul there, Benjamin. Obviously, it's allowed to do, but it's ball in hand.
Yeah, absolutely. He tried to make the layout tougher for his opponent to tie it up the 2 and the 3, but he didn't succeed with that. But you can take an intentional fall in 8 ball, yeah, as we don't apply the 3 fall rules like in 9 ball and 10 ball. So he missed the 7, but left a bank for SZEWCZYK on the 8.
Yeah, now it wouldn't be a foul if he wouldn't be a foul if he knocked the 7 ball in as well, just in case that went in. He's overdone it, Ben. It's not there. So another chance for the New Zealander.
Yeah, you can see SZEWCZYK is feeling a little bit nervous here. I know him because I've seen him many times in tournaments, and he's really a top-class player. But still, 8 ball is not a game that we play often in Europe, maybe once for the European Championships. So he's got to get used to it, and I'm sure he will. I hope for him, because he's such a nice guy. He's one of the nicest guys on the tour. Really, really fun and kind. So
10 seconds. Extension call.
yeah, he's using the bridge, which is not easy to do. It's much more the specialty of the snooker players. So he's in a tough spot now. He's far away from the orange 5. And I don't know if the purple 4 is passing the 1. So he might have elected to shoot the orange 5.
10 seconds.
But it's a tough shot because he has to.
Can he stun? I'm just wondering, can he stun around the back of them? Yeah, he's played it well. It should be out here.
Yeah, it's on the right side of the purple. That should be okay. Well, a little bit of back and forth opportunities for both players in this rack. But Burmester ties the match at 2 games apiece now. So
and in it goes. So he does level it at 2 racks to 2. Now then, I've been doing a little bit of research on New Zealand. Always like to know a little bit about the place where we're bringing you the action from. Now, there's a town in New Zealand with the world's longest name. Now, I'm not going to try and pronounce it because it's absolutely impossible. It looks like somebody's kind of fell asleep on their keyboard and just typed this document that looks crazy. It has 86 letters in it. And the name of the town is on the east coast of New Zealand, and its translation from Maori goes something like this: the place where Tamatea, the man on the big knees who slipped, climbed and swallowed mountains. He was known as the Land Eater, and he played the flute to his loved one. That is the the story behind the longest name in the world of a town. And I'm never, ever going to try and say it. It's absolutely impossible. If you could see it, Ben, it just looks
That's
like
crazy.
a mistake on a keyboard. Yeah, absolutely crazy. More of those interesting facts coming for you throughout the week. We're here for 7 days, aren't we, Ben? This is day 1.
Yeah, this is great. It is 5 world championships with the juniors, girls under 17, boys, women world 9 ball. It's crazy week for us.
Wouldn't want to be anywhere else. Here we go. SZEWCZYK breaking off. Sorry. Yeah, the score hasn't gone up, has it? It's 2-2.
Yeah, it's 2-2.
Yeah, the New Zealander breaking off.
Pretty good break here, powerful break. He hit it a little bit off, but still okay, but it didn't make a ball. So, SZEWCZYK has the opportunity to start here.
First thing, corner pocket.
And that's not an easy start.
You hear the referee just calling out 10 seconds, shot clock of 30 seconds with 30-second extension as well. It's a verbal warning here on table 2. Table 1, of course, has the electronic one with a beep. So you might also hear the beeps occasionally on the table from next door.
Now he's going to go into the 8 probably to try to free the 8 from the short rail.
Just as effective there, Ben, going and caught the 1 instead, but it's okay. Same kind of result, everything in the open. Just this next shot,
Yeah,
isn't it, that he needs to go at?
Yeah, I didn't want to move the 8 ball from the short rail because the 11, his last red stripe, is giving him the 8 ball for last. So that's why he didn't want to move the 8.
You might have just heard there the shot clock from the next table going off. It disturbed Wojtek. He got back down, heard the 10-second call himself from the referee and had to call his extension. It's all happening here.
Yeah, that can happen. That happens in tournament when you have plenty of tables that are under a shot clock. Sometimes you think it's you and it's not you. So that's where the players like Wojtek doesn't fall into traps like this, and you see that he regrouped and finally made that tough shot on the 14, giving him this rack. So as I said, he elected to play the 11 ball at last. Good connections between balls. That's all about 8 balls. So it's going to take the lead here.
Good connection and good shout by you, Mr. Belhassan. You can see into the future. You're a little bit of a clairvoyant as well, I think. In goes the 8 ball. It takes the lead at 3-2. So let's just go around the room very quickly for you guys and see what scores are happening at the moment. Ralph Souquet, the old veteran, the Kaiser himself, is in action against fellow German Dennis Laskowski. And it's the veteran, it's the Kaiser in control at 3-1. Dennis Grabet now is 4-4 with Kieran Dempsey. Julian Serradilla, now I did some commentary with Julian Serradilla last week. He's a Swiss guy who actually lives in Tokyo in Japan, speaks fluent Japanese, and his best friend is Nukioi. And he's up against Emil Andre Gangflot, who's found a lot of form just recently. Emil, they're locked at 1-1 at the moment. Just some score updates for you there, Benjamin.
Yeah, I was listening to you, Mark, and I was thinking about Ralph Souquet, and I've been witnessing like European championships for maybe 25 years, and I can't even remember how many European titles in 8-ball he has, because it's crazy. I think it's one of the favorite games. I know Ralph a little bit, and I mean, I saw him win so many European championships in 8-ball that I can't even remember how many. But he will be dangerous this week because it's his game. I mean, it's his favorite game. Just like Shane Van Boening said last year, he loves this game, so he'll be dangerous.
Oh, another scratch, Ben. And we've seen a few of those in the first couple of matches, haven't we?
I've never seen Wojciech scratch 3 times in a row on the break in 8-ball, actually. But that happens. He's feeling nervous. He's trying to getting it rhythm because he has such a powerful break with a big pop, but couldn't find it for the moment.
But that's one of the things, though, isn't it? With when you're putting a lot of power into the break, you lose a bit of accuracy, and that's exactly what's happening to him at the moment. So he needs to sort that out, and quick, because it's very, very important break. More so, I think, than any other game in 8-ball.
Yeah. And more often when you use powerful break, whether in 8-ball or in 10-ball, I mean, you break from the center. And the thing that happens often is when you lose accuracy, it's because your last backswing is going too fast. In between, the last backswing is going too fast in the cue ball. So maybe he should slow down a little bit his backswing before he hits the cue ball to get more control.
Yeah, I'm a big fan of the slower, smoother backswing. I don't like a quick one. I always think it's very, very difficult to come back very quick and then go through smoothly. It's just not a natural progression, is it? It's much better if you're coming back slowly. You've got that just a slight pause and then you go accelerate through the ball.
Yeah, here you go. That's exactly what I'm thinking, but it's tough to do under pressure because that little pause I learned from the snooker players like Stefan Hendry and even O'Sullivan had a particular backstroke, but still. And it's really try to have a bowstring and to pull on that bowstring and let it go, to move forward when time has come. And that's really tough to do under pressure. But obviously, those players, Wojciech is a world champion, so he obviously knows how to do it. So that's what I'm saying, that he's going to come back and he's going to do whatever he can to try to break the balls better next time.
And I'm sure this young man at the table has some local support. I heard a little bit of clapping here and there, so I'm assuming there are fans turning up. It's later on in the evening here, isn't it? Gone like 7, what is the time there? 7:34, something like that?
Yeah.
On day one, last matches of the day.
And I just witnessed that he has a shirt with the 4 little red stars of the flag you just told me on the first match. So that's the difference between Australia and New Zealand flags, right?
Yeah, thanks to Google. What would we do without Google now, eh?
Looks like he's playing better when he's playing a little bit faster. Maybe he's a kind of freewheeler. He used to play fast, and then maybe the shot clock got him, because it's really tough to play 8-ball under shot clock. It's maybe one of the toughest games to play under shot clock, because sometimes the layouts are really tough and you need to think what to do. And under 30 seconds, sometimes it could be really, really tough to stay calm and use the time properly.
Yeah, I had a big, long discussion with Torsten Homan and Ralph SZEWCZYK actually exactly on that topic about how long they think the shot clock should be. And they said 30 seconds just isn't long enough for 8-ball. It should be minimum 40, maybe even 45. But they said they agreed 40 was about right, for the simple reason that, of course, there is so many more options, and it can rush you into playing shots that maybe isn't the right shot and the ones you wouldn't normally play. Whereas in rotation, you're just following numbers. It's potting by numbers, basically, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. You're absolutely right. And you can see when you go to the US, when they play one pocket tournament, for example, in the Derby, they have, I think it's 40 seconds shot clock. And 40 seconds for game that need more thinking is a really good option. 40 to 45 is okay.
Oh, I thought we was going to have another scratch. Almost saved by the 3-ball there. Almost went in the side.
Yeah. And the balls didn't spread like great. So it's gonna be a tough layout for Wojciech. We can see the 2 and the 9 that are really tied up. So he's gonna have move balls to get out of this.
Trying to move some stuff around here, I think.
Yeah, he tried to create some angle, tried to reach the 1, but he didn't. So now he's really in trouble. I think he only has the purple 4 as a really thin cut to continue his run. So
bit like the 7 ball he made in the first rack, isn't it, this one?
Yeah, maybe tougher, but yeah, still. Or maybe he's going to play safe out of the 5 and go, yeah, try to tie it up 2 balls. This is something that we don't see often, but it's really a smart play, especially when your opponent doesn't have a ball near the cluster. That's the case of the stripes here. So we will have trouble to get into the cluster with the cue ball because it doesn't have any ball of his group helping.
Well, I'm actually learning a few things here from you this morning. Morning for us, of course, evening in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Some interesting little things you're teaching me here. Very, very interesting game. I love 8-ball.
Yeah, that's really a tough game. And here, that was a good attempt from BURMESTER, but he didn't use enough inside English to go into the cluster, as if he touched it a little bit. So now, yeah.
Oh, this is a mistake. This is a mistake.
Yeah, he left the 2 ball wide in the open.
Now, has he got the angle to just run the cue ball up and go in? I was just wondering, has he got the angle to go run off this, or will he miss it? It's a little bit too much of a cut, isn't it? I don't think he can run through and catch the 5. May go up for the 4.
Yeah. So now, yeah, Wojciech is in a situation where the 4 is really going to be a thin cut, but also the 6 is in the way to go into the cluster. So maybe he can save the orange 5 to just bank it cross side if he doesn't have any other solution. But I would get rid of the 6 right now to free the path from the 4 to the 5. This is what I would do.
I think that's what Wojciech's going to do as well.
Yeah. And now, all the goal of Wojciech is to try to have the right angle on the purple 4 to get into the 5, into the cluster. Or maybe he
Can
can
he
go
not do
right
it here?
now.
He can do it here, Ben,
Yeah,
I
but
think. Straight in
yeah,
off the side.
yeah, absolutely. But the risk
Perfect.
is that he doesn't have any entrance ball. Yeah, you see now he's going to have a tough cut. But that's good. This is good execution, but now he's going to have a tough cut on whether the 4 or the 7. But sometimes you
I
can't get
guess.
any better.
Yeah, I mean, look, if he'd have left it till the 4 ball and it went wrong, he could have hooked himself on it or anything, couldn't he? At least he knew he was going to have a look at this 4 ball at the very least. He's undercut that by a long way.
Yeah, I think he didn't want to make it. I think he undercut it on purpose to try to block the last stripe.
It's a bold move. Can still play short side on it. And it's easy to play short side on it, Ben, off of the 15, isn't it, of course?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So I'm not sure that was, if he didn't play to pot it, I'm not sure that was a good move from Wojtek.
Yeah, you're right. And but I can't imagine him like missing by far that type of cut because the speed he used wasn't the right speed to make that cut shot. So I only can imagine that he would have like did it on purpose. But his opponent doesn't have the angle. I think you need to be straight on the 15 to play the other stripe on the top left, and he doesn't. So he might go into it. Yeah, he has it. That's okay.
Yeah, maybe just a strategic error from Wojtek SZEWCZYK there.
Which is really unexpected because, as I already said, he's a top-class player, maybe one of the best in the world. So he's not feeling comfortable at the moment. And all you have to do is breathe, try to calm down and try your best. But he knows it, of course. But he's going to be down 4-3. And it's a race to 8. So he has to regroup quick.
Yeah, not breaking well. And I don't think, to be honest, thinking well at the moment either, Wojtek SZEWCZYK. Anyway, as you say, he's gone 4-3 down. Now, let's have a few mentions of our sponsors. Thank you so much, guys, to the Predator Group, to Yalin, who make top quality billiard tables. You can visit them, yalin.com, and also to Massey Kamui, Ven Billiards Corporation. Thank you so much, guys. Medaya Light and the Rums of Puerto Rico. We'll be back in Puerto Rico in November, won't we? And also thank you to Samsung TV Plus and Little Monster. And tomorrow begins the Women's World 9 Ball. We'll be back tomorrow from midday. It's high noon for the ladies. Reigning champion Chao Che-Yu will be hoping to defend her title. But all the big guns are in town. They're all in New Zealand. Jasmine Ocean, Kelly Fisher, Alison Fisher, Christina Tkach, who's found a lot of form just recently, really has come of age, I think, in the last year. Christina Tkach just won her first WPBA event as well. So that starts tomorrow. Back to this one, breaking off. Burmester, 4-3 up.
Well, that was actually one of the best break of the match, but came up dry, I guess. So opportunity to tie up the match of 4 games apiece here for Wojtek. Everything spread good. You can see that I don't know what it's going to take, if it's going to take solids or stripes, but depends.
What would you fancy?
Also on the opening shot, and the opening shot, the only ball that can cause him problem is the 7 ball. So he has it now, and he wants to get rid of it, which is smart, I guess, because the 2 ball will play on the side, giving him the 1 ball, and the 3 ball, the red 3, is going to give him the purple 4 to get on the 8. So see how he managed to get to that 6-5.
I think the 5 ball will be the next target here. Draw off the side route for the 5, drop behind the 6, play the 6 maybe up to the top right-hand corner, Ben. See how he ends on this 5. He's overhit it.
Yeah,
Trouble.
but he wanted to be near the foot spot. Being in this spot, actually, he's a little bit funny here because he has to cue a little bit. Yeah, and I don't know how he's gonna get to the 6, but he's gonna play 3, 4, 6, I guess, because the 6 is lining up really good for the 8. So he's gonna play the 6 in the top right, and it's gonna be okay.
That's one of the things about playing 8 ball, isn't it? You have to remain flexible. You may have a plan in your mind, Ben, but it doesn't always go to plan. So you have to be ready to change and adapt a little bit.
Absolutely. This is absolutely right. And this is the same in straight ball. You have to be flexible if you want to run balls, because sometimes things are not going as you expected, but flexibility is the key.
I've got to ask you, what's your highest run in straight pull?
Oh, it's not that much, but it's 168, and but I have to say I've learned. Maybe you know him. I've learned with one of the best, and he passed away last year. It was like a brother to me. He was a friend of mine. His name was Stefan Cohen. And I think he's one of the best straight pull player of the world. And his highest run was 431. And I think everybody knows him as a straight pull player. So I got a little bit emotional talking about him. But I'm pretty consistent.
He lives on.
That means
he lives on through you, Ben, in your straight pull, and hopefully you'll pass on some of the knowledge that he passed down to you. You can now pass it on to others as well, and that's what legacies are about, isn't it? That's what keeps people alive and what they did in their life, all the good things. That's how we remember them and keep their legacy living on. So you're doing that. You've got a great chance to do it as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And by the way, we are organizing an event sponsored by Predator in November for his legacy. And we're going to name it the Cohen Cup. And it's going to be a Mosconi Cup-like event. And we are organizing it in Nice, which is my hometown. And we're going to try to make it part of the French calendar every year. So
that's excellent news. What a way to remember a legend. I've never been to Nice, but I've heard it's very nice. Back to the match. 4-all. Breaking SZEWCZYK. Oh, cue ball again. Can you believe it? Oh, what's going on, Benjamin?
That time the break was much, much better and the hit was solid, but it got kicked in the top right. So that's a little bit of a bad roll, unlucky shot, but the hit was good.
Yeah,
and,
not
this
much
is
consolation,
this is
it?
what he has to remember.
Nothing you can do about that, is there? There's still luck. Even when you have to nominate your balls, there's still luck involved in pool. There's luck involved in every sport, whichever you play. But it's a good chance here to jump back into the lead again for the New Zealander. All nicely spread. You're saying it's a good break, Benjamin, and it certainly is, because they're all there now. Oh, what's he done there? Is he okay?
I don't think so. But maybe cheating the pocket using left English, he could pocket the 4 ball, but it's hard to say from here, but I don't think so. He's gonna try to bank it, I guess, in the top right.
Yeah, already called it. Very nicely done
Yeah,
as
he
well.
got
And
it.
a nice little bump. He's out here. He's going to be out. Well, how does he get, though, to the 1? Does the 1 pass the 8? I don't think it does.
Yeah, he lost control of the cue ball on the bank shot because he wanted to make sure he made the 1, which he did. Not the 1, sorry, the 4, which he did. But he lost control of the cue ball, bumped balls here and there. And now, yeah, I don't think the 1 ball passes the 8, but maybe he can draw back where his hand is right now. Yeah, like that. And now it's a
Touchy
tough
shot
shot.
again. Very touchy, isn't it?
Yeah. You really have to slow roll it.
Chance of deceleration.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Played it nicely. Played it very nicely.
Yeah, that was nice. But remember, I don't know this player, but he may have not a great experience in World Championships, obviously, and he's playing 8-ball under shot clock, maybe for the first time. So this is really tough, and you need to be brave, play with your heart. So hats off to him.
Yeah, 5-4 up. So the Pole not in trouble, but not playing his best game. A Pole who has just gone through with no problem. Konrad Musician, that great left-hander from Poland, he's gone through against Kashyap Chowdhury from New Zealand by 8 racks to 1. Now, we mentioned earlier on the women start tomorrow. We also have the juniors starting on the 5th. We are going to crown 5 world champions in the next 7 days and give a lot of money away as well. And the winner of this particular event will be receiving a check for $75,000. There's $250,000 up for grabs here, Benjamin. And well, the sport of pool is growing, isn't it? Everywhere.
Absolutely. And I had the chance to witness and doing commentaries last year at Klagenfurt, and it was really a pool festival. I mean, I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I was there as well, not as a commentator. I was there on behalf of the WPA at that particular event. You had Daryl Peach with you, didn't he? A pool legend.
Yeah.
In the booth.
Yeah, absolutely, a pool legend. I was really overwhelmed to meet him, and actually to talk with him because we shared a lot of time together. So that was great, a great week for me. And back to this match, we saw something. He broke on the second ball. Did you see that? That's
I didn't. I was talking. I'm sorry. I was thinking about something else.
And he broke on the second ball, which is a really interesting break. Players often use it in the US because it makes the 8-ball moves more, and sometimes you make the 8-ball on the side. And sometimes in tournaments in the US, if you make the 8-ball on the break, you win the game. So this is one of the purpose of that second ball break.
See, I knew. I'm just learning and learning and learning. And hopefully you guys watching us on YouTube as well, on Billiard TV, are getting lots and lots of little snippets, and you're going to go out and play this game and hopefully use some of the knowledge that you're learning from the fountain of knowledge, which is Benjamin Belhassan. Wow, I'm loving this. I'm glad you're here, Ben.
And yeah, and sometimes you use this break when the top ball break is not working, and that's why you tried this, but it came dry. But that's a good weapon to have because you also have one of the 2 balls underneath the top balls when you break on the second ball that goes 1 rail to the cross side, mostly. So this is really a good weapon to have.
10 seconds.
Well, he's going left-handed here, look. I always love the way the bridges look so terrible when players switch hands. You can just tell, can't you, from the bridge?
Actually, Vocic has one of the sweetest backstroke I've ever seen from the pros. You know, he really has the smooth rhythm and solid technique that makes a world champion.
Taking these very, very nicely. He doesn't want to go 6-4 behind, so just a race to 8. Nicely done.
Yeah, obviously the 8 ball is passing in the side pocket, so you just have to stop the 6 and play the 8 on the side. You see that backstroke from behind, which is
Took
great.
the words out of my mouth. That's exactly what I was going to say. We got a chance to see the backstroke you was talking about then.
Yeah, he really has strong, solid technique. So he stays down on shots, do that little pose that we were talking about.
Yeah, Josh Phillip was in action earlier on today. He went behind to Roman Hibbler, but he came back to win 8-4. One of the favourites, you have to say, don't you, Ben, for this title, Josh Phillip?
Yeah, of course. And I was thinking about the technique we just spoke about, and I distinguish like 2 schools in pool. You have the players that stays really compact with a small backstroke. Sorry, for example, like Josh Wheeler, small backstroke, really compact. And you have the other school that has much more like fluid backstroke and forestroke, like Vocic, but like also Fedorgorst, like Max Lechner. All those players are really have long backstroke. And this is 2 different ways to play world-class pool, obviously.
And then you've got Chris Mellin, who almost lets go of the cue on his bridge hand when he pulls the cue back. He's got a huge backswing, hasn't he, Chris Mellin? But what a beautiful player he is to watch. So 5-5, here we go. Yeah, magician. Oh, look at this for a break.
This is the hit.
Controlled the cue ball.
Yeah. That was the hit I was talking about.
Once again, though. Did he make a
like
ball?
he only
did
has,
make a ball.
Yeah. But he only has the solid as an opener. Obviously, the 2 ball in front of the pocket. So he needs to deal with the solid here, which are pretty open. So yeah, he may want to get rid of the 7 ball, because the 7 ball is giving him the 6 on the side, and then the 1, and then the 4, and then the 3 to the 5. So that looks pretty natural. See what he's going to do.
Something I've noticed about all the top players, they always manage to stay the right side of the ball, and that's why they make it look so easy, don't they, Ben? It's about getting the right side of the ball every time, so you're not overworking the cue ball all the time.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And in 8 ball, you have to had also the right pattern, which here is really not obvious, but the balls are connecting really good. And you don't have to work too much with the cue ball to get to the next ball. So sometimes this game is easy, and sometimes this game is really tough. I think he has the right side of the 3 to go and pocket the 5 in the same pocket. Just stun. Yeah, like this.
Nice angle to get a little bit closer to this 8 ball as well, using the back route. So he's out here, isn't he? It's going to be 6-5 ahead, breaking to get on the hill.
Yeah.
Shot clock
Try
for
to
the
get
other
into
table
some
guys
kind of a
unite
rhythm
here.
here. You see what he's just doing is try to reset, try to get into some kind of concentration, even on a straight-in shot like this.
Yeah, the shot clock as well was going off, and there was some applause from the table next to them. So maybe he's just steadying himself again. But yeah, did the right thing, didn't he, Ben? Got up and reset himself, as you say. A bit like turning my computer off and on again.
Yeah. Yeah, I was
Jose
thinking about
Del-
what you said about Chris
Go.
Melling, and
Yeah.
Chris Melling is really something special because he has a large, probably the largest last backswing in the game, but is really compact on the foreswing, really compact. If you watch his foreswing, it's really compact. So he kind of mix a little bit of everything, which is magic.
Well, that's a little bit like him in a nutshell, really, isn't it? Because he is a little bit of everything, because he loves to play all the different cue sports.
Yeah, absolutely.
Was a very good snooker player. Also played English 8-ball. He loves Chinese 8-ball. He loves playing American 9-ball. He loves 8-ball. Who can forget that amazing run out he did against Mika Immonen?
Yeah.
I think it was in the IPT, wasn't it? Probably the most famous run out ever. That was impossible. That was sheer magic from the magician.
Actually, it was of one of the tournament of Darren Appleton. It was WPS, the World Pool Series, I guess.
That's right, yes. You're dead right. Can he work the breakout this time? Avoid the scratch, make a ball to get on the hill. Lost the cue ball slightly, but made a ball. Made 2 balls. He's in here, look, Ben.
Yeah, that's the Wojciech I know. See how many balls in behind the kitchen? This is power.
Yeah, there's more down there than there is down here.
Yeah.
What are you going for here, solids or?
Yeah, I was guessing, but the thing is, the solids, I don't know if the 6 ball, the green 6 passes the 15 in the bottom left. So that would be a problem, but it looks like it passes. So, yeah, if you choose the solid, then I guess the 6 ball passes. He's going to try to maybe stop into the 9 here, or go around the 9. I didn't see that. And I guess that the 7 ball passes the 9, because if it doesn't, then it's tough, because you have to get rid of the 3 before playing the 5. So maybe you're gonna use the purple 4 to reach the 6. I don't know. It all depends if the 6 ball passes the 15. Yeah.
Tough shot. If it doesn't, he's not going short side on it, that's for sure. Or is he? He certainly is, you know. He's played for that gap.
Yeah. But the 4 ball, the purple he just played, was really in a good spot to give him the 6. So that was a good choice. And I believe the 7 ball passes the 9. I hope for him. Yeah, this is perfect. He's flat on the 5, so he can control the cue ball path to reach the last 2 balls.
Settled down nicely, isn't he, now?
Because the 8 ball is close to the short rail on the other side of the table, so he will have to travel a little bit on the last shot, but still okay. Yeah, so the 7 ball does go. Well, that's great.
Leave the cue ball basically near the rail here. Won't he give himself the angle, natural angle coming towards the 8 ball? He should be out here to get on the hill.
Yeah. So he might go towards the 8 to avoid the corner pocket here. I don't know what kind of angle he has on the 3, but he really want to avoid to go to rails. Yeah, like that, towards the 8. That's a good choice.
Took the scratch out of the equation, didn't he? Stunning down the rail.
Yeah.
So this to arrive at the hill. It hasn't been vintage Wojtek, not just yet, but all the great players, they get better and better as the tournament goes on. Actually lost his first round match this morning. Determined to win this. He hasn't come all the way to New Zealand to go out after 2 matches, that's for sure. It's a long way to go, isn't it?
Yeah, man, that's tough also to play a Polish guy on the first round on 64 players. This is also a heartbreaking draw for him. Because when you travel that far, you don't want to play a teammate, obviously. But that's part of the competition. Those players are playing a lot of tournaments around the world all year long, and that happens.
Well, what about this? Do the draw before they leave home, and the one that loses, don't bother going. Save yourself some money. Of course, it is double elimination, which is why Wojtek is here now, battling on. We saw recently Fedor Gorst lost his very first match. Almost went out on the first round of the losers side, hill, and came through to win the World Championship. So it's not how you start, it's how you finish. Breaking on the hill then, SZEWCZYK trying to advance. Cue ball going very close.
Here. I also saw something technical in this break that is not consistent. Players who break from the center of the table often try to really glue the bridge on the table, so that the left hand doesn't move, so that they can create a big pop. It does this, like great, but this time the bridge hand moved a little bit on the break, so maybe that's why it doesn't hit it like accurately, and it didn't get the pop it did on the previous break. So this is kind of maybe the pressure, and when you're getting nervous, you have a little bit lack of clarity or a little bit lack of technique. Even those world champions, this is really, really tough.
Yeah, good spot there on the bridge hand, and you imagine just any slight movement, the amount of inaccuracy that then transfers onto the cue ball. We all know we're talking millimeters, aren't we? Even half millimeters, just tip placement on the cue ball can change everything, can't it?
Yeah, and that's why Fedor Gorst is so strong, because if you can follow his match during a whole year, he has a crazy strong technique on any shot in any type of pressure. It's crazy. This is one of the reasons why he's top ranked #1 player in the world right now. He has such a strong technique. It's crazy.
Well, it's like Steve Davis from back in the snooker days of the 80s. He's kind of the one that reinvented the stance and the cue action and the head down and the follow through and all this kind of thing. And it's a solid foundation, like anything in life, even building a house. If you've got a solid foundation, when the going gets tough and the wind starts blowing, you know, and the pressure's on, you need something that you can rely on. And you're so right there about Fedor Gorst, because in my eyes, there is no better player. There's no other player in the world with as good a technique as Fedor Gorst.
Yeah, right. I only see one player who has such a strong technique, not as good as Fedor Gorst because it's a different style. Is really much more compact. Is Ekland Kachi, crazy. I mean, when you are
True.
facing him playing, you don't know when he's stroking the balls or when he doesn't move. I mean, it's crazy. No head movement, no elbow drop, no nothing. It's so compact. It's crazy.
Yeah, Ekland Kachi, in my eyes. Well, look who he played in the final, Fedor Gorst. Of course, he played Ekland Kachi, didn't he? And
Yeah,
it's no
that was
surprise the
crazy
two
match.
guys with the best technique in the world met in the world final with 256 players. Unbelievable. So yeah, I forgot about Kachi.
Yeah. Different styles, but efficient.
Yeah, that's the word, efficient. So
Back
this looks
here,
like...
this is not an easy shot here, because you need to stand follow a little bit to pocket the, yeah, like this. We would have liked to be a little bit more straight on the 6 to avoid going into the 5.
Can he
But
draw
now,
to the side railing out or not?
maybe he's going to play 2 rails around the stripe to reach the orange 5. I don't know. Yeah, like that. Oh, but he hit it too low. Yeah.
I honestly didn't think that shot was on, but yeah, I didn't expect that either. So what a chance.
Okay, now this is the situations where you really need to have a plan. Even if all the balls are wide open and easy, you really need to have a plan to play proper pattern, not to feel the steam coming at the end of the rack, you know. And I don't know if he's on the right side of the 14 to be able to still play on the side pockets. So this is exactly what I was talking about.
8 seconds.
He needs to change his plan. Try to pocket one of the last 2 stripes in the bottom left. Oh, he has it. That's okay.
SZEWCZYK not have to wait another rack, mightn't he? Who knows? With the breaks, SZEWCZYK could have played his last shot. Imagine if that happened. Oh, scratching. We were talking about Kachi, weren't we, at the time? And it was a scratch from Kachi that cost him that final rack in the World Championships. Playing the safety. It's a scratch from the cost SZEWCZYK.
Okay, 7-6. An expected mistake from Bocic on the last stripe.
Yeah, it was all because he just didn't stun over far enough. It just shows you what we were talking about earlier on, Benjamin, about fractions and about getting the right side of the ball. And he just didn't go far enough, did he, when he played the stun across? Now, I wonder if somebody's going to take one of the players is taking a timeout here. Yes, he is. So we're going to do exactly the same, Benjamin, and we'll be back with rack number 14 in a couple of minutes, guys. See you soon. back with New Zealander Sheridan Burmester about to break off. 7-6 down against Wojtek SZEWCZYK, who's on the hill. One very important result to bring you. Kazakis was 7-6 down to Kurt Dunham. He came back and rescued it to win it 8-7. Back to the action then. What do you see, Ben?
Yeah, I see a good break, and I also hear that he has local. So this is great for him. And he broke the balls, made one ball. Everything is opened up nicely. And as I already said, it's all about connections between balls. So the purple 4 is connected with the 1. So if he gets rid of these 2 balls right there, it could be out. The thing is, the only ball that is a little bit tricky is the 7 ball, the brown 7, because the 13 is blocking a little bit. So he's going to get rid of the 2 balls on the upper side of the table right now. But I think he's a little flat on the 1. So he has no angle or a little bit angle. So this could be a problem to get back to the upper table to complete the run. So he has to draw
Could
back,
play the 2.
do something.
Yeah, 2 in the corner, maybe.
Yeah.
Could drop it in the side as well. It looks a little bit sharp though.
Yeah, he doesn't like it.
The 5.
Yeah, because the 5, you don't need too much cue ball travel, because the 3 ball is on the line of the side pocket, as you see. So you just have to stop the ball.
Always pressure though when your opponent is on the hill. You know, one mistake, one missed ball now could be the end of the match, and it is. The loser of this match, who will be going home. The only salvation for Burmester, if it's him that ends up losing, is he hasn't got so far to travel home.
Yeah, exactly. The thing is here, he has to choose whether he's going to play the blue 2 or the brown 7 after. So here, he chooses to play the 2, obviously, but...
Yeah, 2 leads him nicely to the 8, doesn't it? So
yeah,
if he takes this
that's
now,
what I was thinking. Yeah. And if you have a closer look, then the 8 ball is not that open, because it doesn't pass the left side pocket, doesn't pass the bottom left. I don't think it passed the bottom right also. So it's pretty locked, even if it's in the center of the table. So I was telling you that the problem ball was the 7 ball at the beginning of the rack, and here it is, because he needed to be in the center of the table to play that 7.
Believe me,
not.
me, Benjamin. I listen to you all the time. I'm taking everything you say in. I'm learning. I'm going to go to the local club tonight and practice a bit of 8 ball. I think you've stirred my appetite. Where's the cue ball going? Is it going to run behind the 15?
Wow, this is close. Well, he has it. Maybe not full pocket, but he has it.
Oh, he's tight under the rail. It couldn't get more pressure on the ball than where he is right now.
Yeah, this is tough. No, he didn't. Yeah, that was a tough shot. I mean, you need to have a strong technique, no movements to go through that shot to make it, because you're frozen on the rail. It's a pressure shot. You have to slow roll it. So that was tough. I mean, I expect Vocic to finish it.
Give us some potting by numbers then. Come on, let's hear from your expert opinion. Which way is he going to go here, do you think?
Yeah, the last ball will obviously be the 9 ball, I guess, because it gives you, or the 9 ball or the red 11, because it gives you the right line to pocket the 8 on the top left. So it would be obviously the 9 or the 11. Everything is really pretty open here, so he can play any kind of shots. Actually, he comes a little bit short here, a little bit funny. I would have played the brown 15 and then the purple and then the green to finish by the 9. Because he needs to be on the right side of the 9 to pocket the 8 on the top left. So yeah, he needs to be actually where the cue ball is right now, on the 9, to finish the rack. That would be easier.
He doesn't want to feel,
But
doesn't
you-
want to carry on.
Yeah, you can see he's not comfortable. I mean, I know him, I saw him play many times, and you can see he's not in the tournament yet. So I hope for him that he will get into it, because he's such an amazing player. But he got away with it, so good for him.
Yeah, it could so easily have gone hill, couldn't it? But for that missed opportunity in the side pocket on the 8 ball. And that's where he left it. And that's where Wojtek is going to pot it from to go out an 8-6 winner. He moves on. Unfortunately, it's all over for Sheridan Burmester for this tournament. Thank you so much for joining us, guys. We're back tomorrow at noon with the Ladies World 9 ball. I want to thank Ben Belhassan for being with me for this one. And I'm sure